I picked up this roll of 1984 Libertads from the same vendor as the 1983 Libertad roll you may have seen on a previous video. I'm fast forwarding through the actual opening so you don't have to watch me painfully slowly open all of these. Now that we've got them stacked, let's get into coin number one. So far, so good. I can tell right off the bat that this one has beautiful reverse toning. Oh, look at that. Wow. Okay. That definitely requires a look at the scope. All right. I can't say I'm terribly upset with that coin. Couple of marks, couple of rubs, couple of scuffs, but oh, goodness gracious. Okay, now again, we got to come up and we got to get up close and personal with her. Now, the reverse actually has some rim toning. Couple of dings. Ooh, we might have a double die right off the bat. Ooh, that's going to require some additional scrutiny. But look at this. This is just redonkulous right off the bat. My goodness. Okay, let's see what we can find from a double die standpoint. Did we have what I thought? Nope. Light is playing tricks on me again. All right. We can accept that. Yeah, that does not look like any kind of a double. Okay. That was coin number one. Let me know in the comments what you think of that little beauty. I'm actually not upset with the way that one looks. Love the colors on it. All right, this is coin number two. Doesn't look like anything special, but let's see what we can find here. Yeah, I mean, it's okay, but I'm not seeing anything fantastic. We've got a few marks and noise in the fields. Yeah, kind of the same thing on the reverse. All right, we're just going to move on. All right, coin number three is this. Well, I can see a bunch of marks already. Okay, what do we got here? Yeah, I was seeing a bunch of noise already, just taking a casual look at it. So I think we're going to have to move that one over as well. All right, that was number three. This is coin number four. A couple of big hits above the head. All right, over here, let's get a better look. Yeah, that's a pretty deep one up there above her head. Couple more in the fields by the one. All right, I'm not seeing anything fantastic on that coin. Over here. Yeah, I mean, oh, don't play tricks with me, eyes, again. Are we seeing a double or are we not? No, I don't think we are. Yeah, I think that's just the light shining off the, well, that one. All right, now you've got me thinking again. Let's get a better focus on that. All right, there may be indeed a little bit of doubling on that, and you can kind of see it right there. Interesting. And the other side. Yeah, all right. Now, the other key to look for is over here. Do we see anything in Plata Pura? And if you saw my last reveal for Libertad rolls, you know that I ended up with about 3 or 4 really nice double die reverses out of that roll. So if you haven't seen that video, you may want to go back and check it out. All right, that was coin number 4. Coin number 5. Man, we got marks all over the place here. Yeah, that is just not a high-grade coin, unfortunately. She's got beautiful luster, a nice example of an 84, but that just doesn't... Oh, wow, the obverse looks really nice. All right, let's just check that out to see how bad it is. You got a little bit of scuffing and a little chatter, little noise. Wow, that could be another double die, really? Okay, that one might... Well, it might not. Yeah, I don't think so. That's shadowing. I think that's my eyes playing tricks on me. We'll find out in a second. Otherwise, you know, minor impacts on the reverse or on the obverse. All right, what do we see over here? Anything? Come on, focus. There you go. All right, so what are we seeing? Not much there, if anything. Now, here we could have a little on the L right there. A little on the A in plata, the first A. Not a lot. I wouldn't go ahead and call that one a double die reverse just because it's not really prominent enough and I'm not going to misrepresent it. So that was number 5. All right, we're a quarter of the way done. Let me know what you guys think. How are we doing so far? Is this roll worth opening or should I have just kept it closed? Let's see. Oh, we do have a variety. Let's take a look at this. Real quick, I want you guys to understand something about the Libertads, which is really kind of interesting. They have the inscription around the edge, which I think is wonderful. From a minting standpoint, this is just fantastic. And the mint, or the mint engraves Independencia y Libertad along the edges of the coin. And that's why it's called the Libertad. Okay? But notice something. With the reverse facing up, same date, same coin, one is right side up, one is upside down. One does not make, you know, the other more expensive. They're just known varieties. I just want you guys to be aware of that. Okay, so let's move on. This is coin number 6. And it might be a little bit better. Let's take a quick look here. All right, I'm not seeing anything dramatic. This might be a little better. Yeah, I'm seeing good luster, not seeing a lot of marks, a little bit of color on the rim down at the bottom. Okay, is coin number 6 the one that we're going to say may be the best one so far? Well, I missed that little... Well, I don't know if that's like polishing. That's almost like dye polish marks next to her torso. And my eyes are playing tricks again. I don't think that's a double. But I'm not really seeing a lot. There's a little scuffing below the plata pura. Not a lot. But then look at the little bit of color hitting the rim down there. And then look at the obverse. This looks pretty nice. A little bit of noise in the fields. Not a lot. Okay, I think that coin number 6 might be my favorite to date. Let me know in the comments if you agree. Oh, and if you're enjoying this video, do me a favor and subscribe, like the video, and give me a comment. Let me know what you think. I love hearing from you guys. And your input helps me improve and grow. And that's what we're trying to do. Let's grow this channel. All right. Coin number 7 doesn't look terrible, but it has a little noise in the fields. obverse is a little bit better. Let's see just how bad that is. Yeah, that is a pretty good hit right up there above her head. Got another one by the 1. All right. Ooh, okay. I think we've got... All right, gang. Let's get up close and personal. It's time for Under the Scope. Let's see what we've got here, because I'm pretty sure... Well, I'm pretty sure I'm dreaming. Okay, well, I guess my older eyes are playing tricks on me, huh? Because that does not look like much, if any, doubling at all. Okay, disregard that false alert. That was coin number 7. Here is number 8. Ooh, this has possibilities. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, I'm liking that frosty luster. Look at that. Goodness. Couple of minor hits, and that's about it. All right, what is the obverse hide? Well, okay. I gotta say, I am very pleased with this little lady. Look at this. I mean, you really don't have much. All right, the A in Plata took a hit over there, but you don't have, well, there's a small one in the field down there above the mint mark, but you don't have a lot of real impacts. Most of them are just rubs and scuffs. So I'm not really broken up about any of those. And the obverse looks pretty nice. I mean, look at those surfaces, guys. Got to put your sunglasses on. Man, this one's future is pretty bright. You're going to need shades. Okay, no copyright claims on that one, please. All right, that was coin 8. Coin 9. We are looking at what could be another reasonably decent coin. Couple of hits, minor. Ooh, a little bit of color. I like that. So far, she's passing the initial test. Okay, that has some possibility and definitely requires a closer inspection. Look at the color on that little lady. Beautiful head strike. That is fantastic detail. I think that is just a little mark up there that's a stain of some sort. And that other little mark right there is so minor that it doesn't even show up unless the light hits it just right. Couple of very light lines, very minor impacts. All right, there is a little more serious one there by the A. But, oh, that looks nice. And I'm going to have to get into this one again because we could have a double. Too many false alarms, but I have got to check it out because when you see what I think I saw, you've got to check it out. All right, nope. But look at that. Look at the beautiful detail on the head. All right, her chest did take a little bit of a hit. She's got a couple of hits on the arm. But, come on, tell me there's something there. Nope, there sure isn't. All right, another double die false alarm, but overall, not a bad looking coin. All right, that was number 9. Number 10, we're halfway through, gang. Let me know what you think of this roll so far. Was it worth it, or should I have kept it closed? All right, that one's got some pretty good hits at the top there. But again, man, the luster on these coins is just stupid. Very nice. Okay. And how serious are those? Yeah, we got a couple of pretty good hits up there. So that one is definitely not a candidate for high grade inspection. All right, that's the halfway mark, coin number 10. All right, hopefully now that we're in the home stretch, things will get a little better, maybe? Well, we got a nice little hit above the head you can see without the microscope, but there it is up there. That's really unfortunate. All right, we've got this not looking terrible. On the up close and personal cam, and that gives you a better look at what that is right there. Couple of big hits on the arm, across the torso. Yeah, definitely not a high grade candidate. That's a shame. All right, that is number 11. Coin number 12. Well, how big is that hit above her head? It's not huge. We'll have to see in a minute just how deep it is. Overall, I'm not terribly unhappy. Now we got another hit on the obverse by the snake. All right, let's see just how bad is bad. All right, that isn't horrible. It doesn't look like it's very deep. If the light isn't on it just right, you almost can't see it, so that doesn't really upset me too much. And otherwise, that's a pretty good strike overall. I mean, I'm not upset with that one. Now, what does this look like down here? All right, that is a little bit more significant, but not the end of the world. I mean, what do you think? Let me know in the chat. How low would they grade this one if it were to be submitted based on those? I'm curious. Let me know. All right, that was number 12. Lucky number 13. Man, we got noise all over the head over here. What's going on? Yeah, we got noise everywhere on this poor thing. Well, all right. This one is not going to be the beauty that stands out from the pack. Uh-oh. Am I going to have to take this under the extreme close-up? Yep. It's scope time, everybody. Let's go. Was I able to actually see it this time? All right, not on the one. But come on, help me out. Give me something over here. Are my eyes that bad? All right, so there is a little bit on the L right there at the top of the tail. There may be a little bit down at the bottom of the A next to it, but no, I'm not going to call this a double. Oh man, I'm getting tired of these false alarms. Now, I will say this. The good news is, in my last roll that was the same vendor that were 83s, same packaging, same everything, it was towards the end we ended up with 3 or 4 very strong DDRs. So we'll see if this roll holds true to that pattern. But I'm not holding my breath. All right. This is number 14. That's not going to do it either. Look at this. All right, not thrilled. Not devastated, not thrilled. Okay. Not even gonna look at the rest of that one. All right, number 15. Come on, help me out. Oh my goodness. Well, that doesn't help. Oh God, let's see just how bad that is. Wow. Okay. Yeah, no, that doesn't help anybody, does it? Okay, I can't say I'm thrilled with this roll so far, especially if this is what it's going to do to me. All right, that was number 15. Here's number 16. Well, it looks like it's a little better, but not much. We got a couple of hits above the head, a couple out in the field by the Onza, and the one. Kind of disappointing all along. Nothing really special on this one. I had high hopes, but nope. All right, that's number 16. down to the last few. If you're enjoying this video, please give me a subscribe and a like and a comment. Let me know what you think. All right, this is number 17. Ugh, not getting much better. Darn. I mean, they're still really nice coins. They've got beautiful luster, decent strike. They're just not high-grade candidates, unfortunately. And I'm really not seeing much in the way of the double die reverse. Although, oh goodness. Well, okay. We are going to have to check that one. I think that one has something going on. Now, the one has a huge hit through the middle of it, but I could have sworn I saw some doubling artifacts. Yeah, it's very light right there, but no. All right, and we don't have anything over here. Nope. Okay, never mind. All right, that was number 17. Number 18, we've only got a couple of chances left. Ooh, that looks a little better. All right. All right, come on, gang. Root with me now. Is 18 going to be the one? Did it take 18 coins into a 20 coin roll to get one that's pretty nice looking? Well, I mean, there are a couple of marks we'll look at in a minute, but I gotta say, this may be the highlight of the roll so far. Look at this. So we've got very light noise in the fields above the head, and they're really not very serious. They don't break the surface of the coin. They certainly don't interrupt the luster. There's a little mark out there by the 1. Again, more of a smudge than anything else. Doesn't really look like it breaks the surface of the coin. Not by much, if at all. Yeah, I think this is about as clean a coin as we've seen all roll. Look at this. I mean, now, unfortunately, Las Tetas, they got a couple of marks. The arm got a hit, some rubs, a couple of hits to the body. But man, that overall, that is a really clean surface. I have to say, I am not upset with this one. All right, another hit up there on the arm. Look at that beautiful strike on the face. Beautiful color beginning to happen. Yeah, okay, I'm not upset with this coin. Number 18 is my new favorite. Okay, let's move on. Whoop. Number 19. We got some problems without even being under the scope, I can see. We got some issues out here by the rim by Plata Pura. We got some issues above her head. We do have some interesting color starting, but nothing spectacular. I don't think this one is going to overtake number 18 by any means. Nope. Not even close. Not by a mile. Okay. Well, we're here, guys. Last but not least, if you like these roll reveals, please give me a like in the chat, comment, and a subscription would be the best thing you could do for me right now. Help me grow this channel. All right, I gotta say, so far, I like the reverse of this coin. That is awful pretty. We'll have to get a little more up close and personal with her to see just what kind of damage we might be looking at on the surface. But she's actually got some luster even through all that toning. Look at that. Wow, that is just gorgeous. And her obverse. Okay, I'm not really mad. There's a small hit up there above the E. A little bit of noise in front of the eagle or above the eagle and the snake. All right, this requires a definite up close and personal exam. And no, I don't mean a gynecological exam. Come on, guys, get your minds out of the gutter. Don't be like that. But I love the colors, and surface-wise, we're going to get up close and personal in a minute, but not seeing a lot I didn't like. All right, there is those hits we identified earlier. Look at that color bleeding onto the obverse around the rim. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, let's see just how pretty this little lady is up close and personal, shall we? Not a bad strike on the head at all. She's got a hit on the arm, little mark on the teta. Couple more hits to the arm. She's got a nice belly button hit. The one took a little hit. Look at that color. My goodness. Oh my. All right, the rim took a couple of small hits. But I mean, you can see immediately where the paper ended. Oh, look at this. Look at this. My word. Okay, so if you enjoy coins with various colors of toning, I think you'd have to admit this one might fit that bill. Now, let me just make sure I'm not seeing any doubling on it. No. No signs of doubling. And on the obverse, that's how nice that got hit, unfortunately. But overall, I gotta say, I'm not upset with this coin. I like the way the toning is starting to bleed through to the obverse. All right, so I have to say, from a toning standpoint, coin number 20, hands down winner. From a grading standpoint, I gotta say number 18 stands out by a mile. So that's the roll, gang. Let me know if I should have, in the comments, if you think I should have kept it sealed or if I did well. And let me know which one you think is your favorite. And if any would grade well, let me know what you think they would grade. Again, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time around.